Okay, so I'm back at the lathe now. I've changed the jaws on my chuck. We have our bowl blank that we shaped on the exterior just a few minutes ago. We're going to turn this around, mount it into our chuck. Mount it into our chuck and hollow out the inside. When I was working on the outside, I was very careful to make a flat surface right here. This surface right here, this shoulder, has to be flat. It's the mating of this flat surface up against the jaws of your chuck, right here, that provide the strength. If you were to grab this, let's say like that, without this surface mating onto your bowl, you'd almost certainly have a failure. So, put a little pressure in, push the bottom of the bowl up against the surface of the jaws, push in, tighten down, and also you can see right here that the bottom of the bowl tenon does not bottom out in the jaws. Some people like serrated jaws. Actually, dovetail jaws are much better for this because the dovetail pulls the piece into the chuck, giving you that added strength. The Hurricane chuck here uses a square drive key, which I like. Now, one of the nice things about the push cut is that I pretty much have a finished surface here, except for some final sanding. Don't need to do any shaping or anything from the back side. Okay? I've switched over back to the straight tool rest. Make sure I have enough clearance. Get in a little bit closer. I've turned my lathe speed down. One of the things you can see is that this surface is not flat. I'm going to use the same cut that I used to flatten out the bottom side of the bowl on the top side, and that is using this surface of the tool, this swing right here, down on the tool rest, almost in a fully closed position, using it as a scraper. If you want to be a little more efficient, you could turn the gouge up, but just a tiny bit, from here to here. That's it. If you do this, or this, and into the wood, you'll have a catch, and it will not be pretty. So keep this flat. Nice light cuts. It's a lot of force with those uneven surfaces coming down into the tool rest. Let's get it. Okay. All right, so you can see I just have a little piece of that bark left right here. Just a little piece of the bark left right here. Here's my hole for my screw chuck. Now we're going to start to hollow out the inside. Turn up my speed a little bit. You notice a little bit of a skate there. Not too worried about that. that skate happened because I had the flute open. If you leave the flute open like this, the gouge will kick. If you turn the gouge so that this cutting edge is straight up and down, it won't kick. Oop. At least not as much. Okay, so I can start my entry, open up the gouge just a little bit. I'm really not going over the details of the tool position and the tool work on the inside of the bowl. Kind of just showing the process in this video. Okay, so I have about maybe 5/8 of an inch here. So what I've done so far here is I left myself about 1/2 inch of wall thickness right here. I've gone in and taken out about 1 inch of depth right in here. And now I'm going to go in about another inch and then blend this surface into the new surface, the new area that I've removed. Okay, so that's what we have right now. The technique that I've been using is coming in here, rubbing the bevel, getting down to this surface, and then just giving a little cleanup pass coming across. That's really a scrape. You have to be careful because the minute you come horizontal in here, you're going right into end grain and you're not running on the bevel at all. So you just be a little careful. You don't want to do that. That's not really the method of removing. It's more of a cleanup pass as we're coming along. So I don't know if you can see it, but I have a step, kind of a step right in here from here to here. So I'll go ahead and I'll take that out. So right across here when I come in this way, just to clean up this surface, that's a scrape. It won't be acceptable later on, but I'm trying to finish the bottom surface I'll switch to a completely different gouge. But for right now, it's a way to remove some material. One of the reasons why I like to use walnut is I love the contrast between the heartwood and the sapwood. And in another video, I will show you a technique of a material that we will put on there which will keep this white over time. Normally, if you don't do anything, within even a week or two, it'll go to a grayish, brownish. I'll show you a technique in another video how to do that. One of the things also that I was careful to do before is I centered the bowl, I put, the screw chuck position along the pith so that when you have this figure here, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, it is centered within the bowl. Okay, I'm going to change my tool rest position just so I can get a little deeper into the bowl. Okay, I'm getting to the point that my bevel angle here is about 48 degrees. And I'm getting to the point that I really can't come around this way and maintain rubbing the bevel. I'm going to make a cleanup pass here to blend this surface into that surface. And then I will switch to a different tool which has a blunter angle so I can get down around the bottom. Very important to realize here that the tool goes where the bevel goes. It doesn't go where the handle goes. The tool goes in the direction of the bevel. So as I'm coming in here and start my entry cut, I'm looking at the bevel and also looking right here to try and follow that path. If I were to come in this way, I could go straight through. If I come in this way, I may have a flare into, as far as the thickness of this wall is concerned. Let's see. Gouge is still sharp, but I will just give it another quick pass on the grinder. Okay. So we're sharp. Okay, I may block the camera here, but I'm looking, need a little bit more room to rest the tool. Okay, so I'm going to start here. With the walnut, I like to use compressed air and try not to jam those brown dust particles into the white sapwood. Okay, so that's good. Now I'm going to switch over . Going to switch over to a tool which is at 60 degrees. So instead of about 45 where I was before, it now goes to 60, which enables me to come in and work on the bottom of this. Start in here. going to pick up the surface. As I get to the bottom, I start to come a little distance off the tool rest. So I'm holding the handle into my chest for 3 points of support. Okay, I could feel just with my hands here that I have about 1 inch of thickness. So I have plenty of material to go. I'm going to come in here, touch the heel of the bevel to the surface that was already started. Coming right into end grain now. I need one of those new robust J tool rests. Would make my life a lot easier here. Picking up into end grain, so I'm going nice and slowly. The speed of the bowl at the center linear speed is slower than at the outside, so don't force it, don't push, or don't push hard anyway. I have a hump right in here. Still more material to take out right there. Okay, that's good. Going to pick up the cut again with the heel of the bevel. Have to come all the way out here actually and start a cut. I'm going to check my depth. and take that last, eighth of an inch from the bottom of the bowl. I'm going to start about 1.5 inches up, touch the heel, pick up the cut, and I think that'll do it for the purpose of this demo. We showed a few things. Show we ran pretty long. So here's the piece. I haven't sanded it yet. Let you take a look at the quality of the finish. Let's see if we can get it. So that's the quality of the finish with the Hurricane gouge. Haven't touched it yet with Of course, this is just a practice piece. This will warp. I probably went too far to let it dry and return it, and it's too thick to really distort into any kind of artistic shape. So this is just a practice piece, but we had some fun today. Next, I'd probably put it on cold jaws or in a vacuum chuck, finish this off, and so that's a walnut bowl practice piece. Today using the Hurricane chuck, Hurricane tools. I'm Steve Fulgoni. Thanks for watching.